Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. What's this? Oh yeah, no, that's that. That's fine. And I am your host, quizmaster, for I Am Smart, the quiz where people look to improve their art, their lives, and their selves through learning, and earn the right to say, I am smart. The format of the quiz is very simple and very straightforward. I've got 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, and a 2-point bonus round at the end. 20 points up for grabs overall. All you're going to need for this quiz, something to write with, biro, something to write on, post-it, a brain for thinking, and an imaginosphere for imagining. Optional is a beverage. It's always a good idea to have a beverage available to you, but it is, strictly speaking, optional, because whilst it's absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to kick things off with the toast. Today's toast is courtesy of Instagram user Sosaflow. So here we go. To wheat. Wheat is grown on more land area than any other food crop. World trade in wheat is greater than for all other crops combined. It is the heart of some of the great foods on this planet, such as bread, biscuits, pancakes, pasta, pies, pastries, pizza, cakes, cookies, muffins, rolls, donuts, gravy, beer, and breakfast cereals. My goodness, what a list. And do you want to know how important wheat is? Look into the eyes of a celiac person who has to eat all of their food gluten-free and therefore wheat-free. Look at their hollow stare. They may well be living their lives, having worthwhile experiences and loving existing, but there's something missing. A shadow behind the smile. That is the power of wheat. To wheat. Once more. Hello, Smarties. Who do we have? 3 viewers? Gosh, that's a low number. That's a disappointing number, but it's absolutely fine. Who have we got? TB Douglas, hello to you. Happy Sunday. Yes, it is. It is a happy Sunday, for we are back quizzing. Killer Kilch, hello to you. Monkey Pixie Funk, howdy doody indeed. Killer Kilch, wheat is my kryptonite. Hashtag I'm a celiac. You are a celiac. My goodness. So you know. Nobody knows the power of wheat more than somebody who is unable to feel its gentle touch. You have my sympathies. Life without wheat is hard. Absolutely, TB. Maple Panda, hello to you. Uncle Town, hello to you, Uncle Town. What a wonderful little array of Smarties we've got. Where's my, there it is. Let's have a look at our rounds here. Let's get rid of chat box. Let's see our rounds. The high point scorer for the last quiz was, as per usual, definitely not Duda, coming in and storming with an outstanding 17 points. Unless definitely makes themselves known in the lovely boat on the imaginosphere in chat, then that option to choose a round will be lost. But these are the rounds that we've got to choose from. Usually choose order, nart, anagram-a-ding-dong, yay or nay, haiku state, gimme 5, not me would, song lyrics, alphabet, look close, and who dat artiste? Who dat artiste? As it seems, it definitely is not present in the boat, in the ocean liner, in the on the good ship Imaginosphere. Looks like I'm going to be choosing 3 rounds today, and that suits me just fine. So let's turn off the mic and let's get picking of some rounds, please. Let's do this. There's our rounds. We've got an anagram-a-ding-dong, we've got a not me would, and we've got a who dat artiste. Oh, it's exciting. Lovely emote work there from Killer and from TB. Thank you so much. It's not necessary, but it's just a little, it's the cream in the coffee. It's the gin in the Campari, if I may be so bold. So let's have a look at these rounds. Let's just try and plan our time. What have we got? Who dat artiste? Yeah, that's quite good. We've got not me would. Where's not me would? Oh yeah. That's interesting. And anagram-a-ding-dong. Oh yeah, we might have to finish there. Let's just do it in that order. Are we ready, my lovely, beautiful Smarties? Are you ready to be tested, to be quizzed, to be challenged, as the French might say, or any of the French colonies? I'm going to assume from your silence. Oh, there we go, Maple Panda. That's a thumbs up. I am smart. What did we say we we're going to do first? I've forgotten already. Yeah, let's do it. Guys, where am I? I'm lost. I'm found. I am found. Guys, if you see a famous person at a showbiz party, you need to know who they are, okay? If you say to them, oh, hey, Sally Field, how are you doing? And they reply, I'm not Sally Field. I'm, in fact, England football defender Harry Maguire. You're going to feel like an absolute fool. So I'm going to show you some celebs, and you need to tell me who they are. So there's your instructions in the chat. But what you'll notice that in the chat, it says, famous artists who have their faces obscured in some way. That's what it says in the chat. But today, for the first time ever, there is absolutely no obscuring going on. What? Not me, are you for real? Are you just challenging and innovating? Again, guilty. Guilty as charged. The topic today is role player actors. So I'm going to show you 5 actors, and I guarantee you, you will have seen them in multiple films. They show up all over the place. But they're very rarely the star. So I'm going to give you their face, unobscured. I'm even going to give you, because as Killer has quite rightly prophesized, they are quite hard. I was going through these and I thought, you know what, there needs a little bit extra. You're going to get their initials as well. So this could still be pretty tricky, but you're all going with it's a who's that person, essentially, yes. Let's go with our first one. And let's keep our fingers crossed that somebody gets something. Who's this? You've seen him. Oh my goodness, you've seen him. You've seen him in some wonderful, wonderful things. That's a lot of build-up, says TB. Well, hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not ultimately a letdown. Uh-oh, says TB Douglas, straight off the bat. Who's this? TW? You see, I tell you what, we're even going to make this easier. We're even going to make this easier. You know this guy is sadly passed away. Not too long ago, actually. Not too long ago. But he starred in some wonderful things. You might know him from Michael Clayton, The Full Monty, The Grand Budapest Hotel, In the Bedroom. Batman Begins. The Marigold Hotel. I believe... Was. Yeah. IMDb claims was. I think it was, tail end of last year. I believe he was in the in memoriam section in the Oscars. He was in Snowden. He was in Selma. Lots of different things. Lots of different things. Yes, he died. Any points for only one initial? I think, Maple Panda, what you'll have to do is listen to your heart. Again, you are marking these yourself. So if you feel like you've earned that point, give yourself the point. That's how it's going to work. Number 2. JG? JG? Who's JG? You may know JG from 13 Going on 30, Ant-Man, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Jurassic World. She's a prominent voice on Archer, the TV show. She did the voice of Warpig in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. She's in the most recent trilogy of the Halloween films. Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Arrested Development. Lots of different things. Lots of different things. JG. Maybe just go through some lady names beginning with J. See if any of them really... There should be a round called Oh My God, What's His or Her Name? Yeah, absolutely. It's that... Because you know them. You've seen her. You recognize that. It's tricky. It's tantalizing. And I make no apologies for it. Literally every time. Yeah. You want another one? There's another one. Oh, him. Oh, him. Yeah, he's never seen her before, Maple Panda. I think you're absolutely false when you say that. I think you will have seen at least one thing that she's been in. You may not remember the name. You may not remember the face. She's been in so many things. How could you not? How could you possibly not? This guy, Office Space is a big one. One of the voices from King of the Hill. Dodgeball. Recent TV show Barry, he was in. Quite a large role in that. A small role in No Country for Old Men. Gosh, he's been in a lot of stuff. Get Out, he was in. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Bombshell. Uncle Frank. The Tragedy of Macbeth. The Men Who Stare at Goats. Yeah, definitely you've seen this guy. Bit worried about getting a 0 point round here. Well, the benefit is, Monkey Pixie Funk, as we move on to number 4, the benefit is Is it because you know it's not just the questions? We've got a musing coming up. We've got a musing coming up. And that guarantees you ain't leaving home empty-handed. Well, unless you choose to just not write anything for your musing. That's fine. Who's this? Might know her from Afternoon to Light. WandaVision. Glass Onion. Lots of voice stuff. Bad Moms. Captain Fantastic, The Do-Over, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Tomorrowland, Parks and Recreation. She's Funny That Way, lots of stuff. Secret Life of Walter Mitty, lots of stuff. Oh yeah, her name just popped into my brain. That's the power of this round. That is the power of this round. Who dat artiste? That's who artiste. And the final one. This one's tricky, but this guy. Famous for, on his IMDb, it says how many projects each person has been in. As an actor, he has appeared in 461 projects. He is into his 90s at this point, I believe. You might know him from Everyone, Everywhere, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. You might know him from Big Trouble in Little China. You might know him from, I believe, every 80s sitcom that featured any East Asian guest star. You might know him from Wayne's World. Prolifically unknown. Yes. If you get this one, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. But you know what? I've got to throw them in. I've got to throw them in. R.I.P.D. Oh, Wayne's World 2, perhaps. He's only in. Maybe not Wayne's World 1, I don't know. Tango and Cash. Anything vaguely to do with East Asia. Blade Runner, he was in. His natural hair colour is looking pretty good for a man in his 80s. Yeah, it's because he's got paid so much from his 461 acting roles. And there we go. That's the first spectacular round done. Done? No, not quite done. Not quite done. We've got a musing here, and the musing is simply this. If you were cast in a TV show and had carte blanche to cast whoever you want for your friend, as long as they're not a star, who do you cast? So I don't want to hear your Tom Cruises. I don't want to hear your Jeremy Renners. I don't want to hear your Lucy Liu's. Obviously, we're all going to be going for Lucy Liu. Of course we are. Lucy's a star. Lucy's top billing. Yeah? Don't want that. Don't want that. I want one of those side characters. I want your... Gosh, who do I want? I want your Tom Hollanders. I want your David Crosses. I want your... Lord. Who else could it be? Let's see what Google says. Steve Buscemi's, maybe? Could you make that argument? It's possible. You Joe Pantolianos? You Kevin Pollacks? Let's get some ladies. Character actresses. File not found. No, I'm just being you Jane Lynch's, maybe? Gosh, this is not That's not the list that I wanted. Your Regina Kings, perhaps. Your Jennifer Lewises. Yes, that's what we're looking for. Your Beth Grants. Your Catherine O'Hara's, perhaps. Stockard Channings. I mean, some of them are maybe scratching into the realm of stars, but who are you getting? Okay, not great, but not bad. That's absolutely fine. If you did your best, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Let's go back to main. Let's go back to main. My goodness. My goodness, that was a fun round. Well, I enjoyed it, certainly. So we got anagrams and Notme word, yeah. Did I see an ad? Oh, ad in progress. Okay, well, that's good. Doing the ad. We're doing it. We're getting it. I want to give a big thank you to everybody for everybody who got involved with the toast subject request video that I put out yesterday. Some really excellent suggestions. Obviously, I chose wheat in the end, in part because SosaFlow did about 15 different suggestions, and so I felt duty bound in some way to reward his enthusiasm. We had spring break. It is spring break now or coming up, and a wonderful time for American teenagers for going out and really learning some life lessons, if Hollywood is to teach me anything. Mung beans, unsung heroes, so full of protein. It doesn't matter what they taste like. Okay, some things are so healthy it doesn't matter what they taste like. Hot cross buns, lovely suggestion. It is Easter, or coming up Easter next weekend. So yeah, hot cross buns very much on the menu. Should be on all of our menus. Basketball madness, absolutely. Easter eggs incoming. That's great. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Big fan of that. So yeah, lots of great suggestions. That Tushy, I'll take that as a compliment. So thank you everybody for getting involved. Maple Panda, spring break sounds awful in many ways. I mean, awful if you are a policeman in Tijuana or Fort Lauderdale or Havasu or wherever these young people like to go. But yeah, there's a decent chance that you will learn some real stories about yourself, learn some real facts by making mistakes. I mean, ultimately, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's making mistakes as a young person, learning from those mistakes, becoming a better person, but remembering those mistakes so you can later put them into your autobiography. That's spring break, baby. That's spring break. You want another round? Yeah? You want another round? Let's do it. Hooray for Notme Wood. Guys. Notme Wood. Where are we? What if I, Notme, was an actor, but like a proper actor with training and an agent and a children's book series that I kind of wrote because I didn't feel like I had enough money and actual authors were getting too many opportunities. Is there a film that I couldn't improve? That's the conceit we're playing with in this round. I have taken somebody with whom I would love to co-star, and I've inserted myself into 5 of their films. There's your instructions in the chat. But who's our actor? Who is our actor this time? It is very simply Mr. Bradley Cooper. Look at him. Look at him looking into your eyes there. Look at those eyes. Look at those baby blues. Look, his bow tie's undone to show he's a little bit disheveled. Okay, he can get crazy. He's got a little bit of scruff. He's not your clean cut guy. So I'm going to be starring with Bradley Cooper in 5 different films. All you need to do is tell me whose role I have taken. Whose role have I taken from the actual version of the film? Let's go for question number 1. This is American Hustle. There's Bradley with his lovely hair, really daring hair. A lot of actors wouldn't have the confidence to go for a wig like that. Bradley takes it in stride. Amy Adams, ditto, with that plunging neckline. A lot of people would say, that's a bit much, isn't it? Amy said, nope. Just give me some boob tape and let me run. But who's this guy? Oh, this is Notme in the corner. Just bringing a little something, bringing a little gravitas. But whose role have I usurped? Whose role have I taken? That's number one. Number two, Aloha. That's a weird Photoshop job there. Done. I will say this one was quite difficult to get the angles, so it's not perfect. But you know what? It's fine. And a very interesting turnabout here. Well, no, I'll tell you that afterwards, actually. I'll tell you that afterwards. Aloha, set in Hawaii, which is why Bradley's looking so bronzed, or as the Americans would refer to, tan. He's looking very tan. Whose role have I taken in Aloha there? Number three, The Hangover. The Hangover, gosh. There he is, looking all handsome. But who's this guy? Who's this hirsute guy? A lot of beard action going on there. A lot of beard action. Is that from the actual person? Who knows? Who knows? You tell me. But it all seems to kind of fit together, doesn't it? Just one big kind of primate almost. Sasquatchian, if I can use such a term. Sasquatchian mass of hair with just a little bitty face poking out in the middle. Which shows the power of this Photoshop, because, people can say what they want, but I certainly don't have a small face. Number four, All About Steve. Nice and bright. Gosh, nice and bright. Unfortunately, this is a film that did win some Razzies. A lot of people didn't really think that it was particularly good. To my discredit, I haven't seen it, so I couldn't possibly comment on that. But I know that it looks like they're having a great time here. Looks like they're having an absolute ball, which is it's lovely to see. It's lovely to see. Killer Kilch, it's bad and fun. Well, that's lovely. That's lovely. I'm sure they wouldn't mind one of those. And the final one, the A-Team. Gosh. Some kind of war type situation. If you've only seen the television show of the A-Team, this is probably going to be catch you unawares. Looks a bit more gritty. And it certainly was, but there was fun to be had. Bradley assaging the role of Face, the good-looking one, played by Dirk Benedict, was it? Oh, lovely stuff. Maple Panda, a big fan of that Photoshop job, or just the A-Team in general. But giving a bit of Lucy is maybe the highest compliment you can give in this game. Dirk Benedict, it was, yes, from the original films. Wonderful. Wonderful. Lots of thumbs up, a little bit of head and hands, and 1 tears. I think that's an accurate representation of how people would be feeling at this point. So those are your 5. If you need to see any of those again, please do let me know. In the meantime, we'll be getting on with the musing, which is simply Bradley Cooper writes, directs, and stars in his movies these days. How do you think he combats his fears of being an over-controlling ego monster on set? Now, of course, guys, of course I'm not saying that he is an over-controlling ego monster on set. I wouldn't dare. However, you have to believe that if he is any kind of normal person with a normal amount of empathy and self-awareness, that he's going to have fears. He's going to have fears about this, saying, hey, I wrote these words, I'm saying these words, and I'm directing myself how to say these words. It's all about Bradley. How's he going to get past that kind of fear of like, hey, Hey, Bradley. Just let someone else do things, yeah? There are other people in the world who are very creative, very talented. Oh, very creative and talented. And you are not the only person capable of making great films. So maybe just let somebody else have a go. That's got to be one of his fears. But how do you think he combats those fears? How do you think he makes it okay for himself? Because he clearly does. He's done it multiple times now. He did it with A Star Is Born. Now he's done it with Maestro. How does he combat his fears? A little bit of an open-ended one there. Let's head back to main. 2 rounds done, 1 round to go. What time do we have? 16:36. We're doing great. I'm going to run a quick ad for those who aren't subscribers. Gosh. How is everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? I have... tell you the thing I've been doing. So, obviously, I am the proud father of 2 sons. Jesus, a new dog who will have an official name this time next week. That's exciting. But obviously I'm a fan of dogs. And so this year I have purchased a We Rate Dogs calendar. So it's a different dog every day. This one has a hat on. This one is licking. There's many others. This one's delivering a package. The dogs are doing what they can. What's going on over there? That's fine. So obviously I've got a lot of this paper just lying around. So what I've decided to do is just start sketching. Lovely work there, hanging in there. So what and the first sketch that I came up with, and I'm not sure how, and I'm not sure we should really try and analyze these things too much, but I've drawn Teeny Turner. That's Teeny Turner. She's barely taller than a wine glass. Still got great legs though. That's Teeny Turner. It's on the back of... Yeah. Never let a piece of paper go without giving it a little bit of something. Yeah. You can just recycle it after that. There's no problem with that. But just give it a little something before you throw it out. Thank you so much, TB. Feeling good. Birds flying high. You know how I feel. That's good. That is unmistakably Teeny Turner. Yeah. And if you could mistake it, what I've done is I've just written it. Just written it just there. Just so it's absolutely unmistakably Teeny Turner. There we go. Final round, anybody? Final round? Let's do it. Anagram-a-ding-dong. Anagram-ding-dong, ding-dong. There's your instructions in the chat. Guys, sometimes you have all of the right ideas. You just need to reorder them in order to make them great. Yeah, you take the concept of beauty. You take the dragon from Mulan and Smash Mouth. You rearrange them. You get Shrek, the 17th highest grossing film franchise of all time. Yeah. This round is going to teach you how to reorder because it's anagrams, and that's pretty much the whole deal. What are we anagramizing though? Or what have I anagramized and you need to de-anagram? What's the topic? 2024 Oscar nominees. I'm glad we've got this one out of the way because sometimes these rounds go months and months without being chosen. And that would have made this even trickier. I say even trickier. I think you'll be able to get this. So the Oscars was 2 weeks ago, I think. 2 weeks ago. So it still should be somewhat fresh in the mind. So what I've done... Wait, what have I done? I believe I've given you the category. I believe I've given you the anagram. And is that it? I don't know. Well, we'll see when we get to the first one. Number 1. Ah, yes. Okay. Best Picture, Pit Slaves. And this is so it's a 4-letter word, then it's a 5-letter word. So I've made this as easy as I possibly can for you. This is a best picture nominee. Pit Slaves 4-5. And I will say, if you're a follower of mine on Instagram, and if you're not, my goodness, what are you doing? I said on Instagram when the nominations came through, I advised you just cast a little eye over them. Just cast a little eye over them, because they will very probably come up. And this was the round I was writing at that moment. Question number 2. Best director, Merinous Tacos. 6-8, Merinous Tacos. There's a strong argument to be made that all tacos are Merinous tacos. They all just lift the spirits, just raise the spirits a little bit. How merry are you? Yeah, I'm doing all right, 4 out of 10. Here's a tray of tacos. How merry are you? I'm 8. Yeah? I'm 8. I doubled. 4 to 8. 4 to 8. Because of tacos. That's the power of tacos, guys. Number 3. Best adapted screenplay. I Mince a Fraction. 8-7. I Mince a Fraction. So this would be like if somebody it's like, oh yeah, well, I just, I worked out today, I've been working at this new place for the last couple of months, and they all assumed that I was gay, which is fine. Like, I've obviously, certainly not offended by it, but I'm just curious as to why, like, what signals I'm giving out that say that I'm gay. I just think it's interesting, really. I mean, I suppose walk-wise, in terms of if I'm thinking about my gait, I suppose I mince a fraction. Number 4. Best animated feature. He tendon broth. Yeah. He tendon broth. Yeah. 3, 3, 3, 3, 5. Maple Pounder, I thought you meant this as a maths term, like parsing, which I have read about in books and do not understand. Oh, in terms of mincing a fraction. Maybe that's what... Oh, I see. So maybe that is what parsing is. You take a fraction, and what you do is you just mince it, yeah? You mince it, so it's 4/5, and then you mince that, and that turns into, yeah, yellow. Do you see what I mean? If not, you go back and read the previous chapter again. You really need to, if you're going to understand anything in the next chapter, and if you're going to do well in your, ultimately, if you're going to do well in your A levels, then you're going to need to know about mincing fractions, yeah? You're going to need to know how to mince a fraction. Otherwise, I wouldn't even bother stepping foot in the exam hall. Yeah? Number 5. Best actress. I slog dentally. I slog dentally. Oh, it's GCSE maths right there. Oh, gosh. Okay. I was overestimating how much you're expected to know, or underestimating, I suppose. You need to know all about mincing by GCSE. A level, don't even think about it. GCSE, we're mincing fractions. Yeah? A level, we're picture framing them. Yeah? Picture frame this fraction, please. 4/5? Yeah. What'd you get out of that? Character actor Steve Zahn. That'd be another good one for the previous thing. I slog dentally. Just say you're a dentist, okay, Gary? Just say you're a dentist. We all work hard, pal. 4-9. Best actress, 4-9. So if you have a pretty good understanding of the nominees here, really, you've only got 5. For, best picture, there were 10, 9 or 10, I suppose. But the rest of them, there's only 5 options, so you can really just, you don't even need to worry about the anagrams, depending on your knowledge. That's all 5. If you need any of those again, please do let me know in the chat. But whilst you're doing that, let's get on with the musing. You win an Oscar. Congratulations. Oh my God. How do you ensure that your acceptance speech is the acceptance speech everyone is talking about the following day? How do you get those column inches? Yeah. How do you get those that Twitter how do you break the internet, essentially? What was the one this year? Cord Jefferson. That was a very good one. Entertainment Tonight, not really going for a lot of the speeches. I thought Davine Joy Randolph's speech was very good. Robert Downey Jr.'s one was pretty good. So how are you going to get that? How are you going to get that? Hi everyone, sorry to be so late. Absolutely fine, SGBX72. You can get 1 point here, and potentially you can get 2 points for the Counting Sheep. Counting Sheep did that a couple of weeks ago. Just came in right at the end, stole the musing. The minute to win it. What's your plan for your speech? Nice and simple. And back to main. Guys, that's it. That's the whole quiz. Or yes, absolutely, Maple Panda. Just presume that you got all of the previous ones correct. Maybe you did. Maybe you would have done. Who knows? I'm certainly not going to find out today. As a reward for getting through all of the questions, let's have a little bit of art. Last weekend, of course, it was St. Patrick's Day, and it was just at the end. Monkey Pinky Funk. It was a toughie, so that may be a good tactical move. Yeah. It was quite a toughie today, but it just means you earn it more. So last weekend, St. Patrick's Day, and it was just when I was taking my boys out for their last wheeze of the day, I was struck with a little bit of a musing, and as is often the case, I had my phone with me, and so I just recorded it, and I believe you'll enjoy it quite a lot. So here's St. Patrick's Night, amusing by Notme. Please enjoy. It's St. Patrick's Night, and it's at this point that one must doff one's cap to the true heroes of today. The bartenders, both man and maid, who have been up since 7 a.m, pouring drinks, breaking up fights, mopping. If you see any of them tomorrow, haggard, drawn, bruised, make sure you thank them for their service. Where I am in Hoboken, there are several pubs that will still be a hive of activity, and if we tilt our ears to the moon, we may just hear 1 or 2 bartenders weeping into the night, crying to nobody in particular. But none of you are even properly Irish. There we go. There we go. Just a little musing. A little bit of profundity. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. That's lovely. That's lovely. Love this musing. You're so right. Love the way you left the ominous word mopping just hanging. Yeah, I did. I could have gone into detail. What were they mopping? I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that to you guys to decide. Yeah. Those kind of thoughts just happen to me all the time. It's so crazy being me. Absolutely crazy. Let's get some answers, shall we? Let's get some answers.
It's St. Patrick.
Too much there. Goodbye. Lovely. So, who dat artiste? This is where we started. This is a tricky one. If you were cast in a TV show and had carte blanche to cast whoever you want for your friend, as long as they're not a star. That's the key here. As long as they are not a star. Who do you cast? Which character actor, which bit player do you cast? Oh, thank you so much. Killer Kilch, wonderful. I'm going to do that as well. Double up on the get it in the chats. Get it in the chat, guys, while we go through the answers to these questions. Who is that? Not obscuring the face. It's just his regular face. With some of these, you may kick yourself. With some of these, you may just think, well, I was never going to get that. And either way, that's absolutely fine. It's Tom Wilkinson. It's Tom Wilkinson. Oh, of course it is. Tom Wilkinson. Number 2, J.G. Wentworth. Who is that? From Halloween, from Arrested Development, from Archer, from Ant-Man. It is, of course, Judy Greer, the wonderful Judy Greer. You see Judy Greer in something, you think, yeah, this is going to do just fine. S.R. Who is number 3? Stephen Root. You've seen him in stuff. Oh, I know that you've seen him in stuff. KH for number 4. KH. The nose is very close to the mouth. Is that a clue? Well, no, it's got nothing to do with the name, which is Catherine Hahn from Bad Moms herself. It's Catherine Hahn. Well done if you got any of these right. I think this is quite tricky. Number 5. He's been in over 460 productions as an actor, both facially and vocally. What's his name? It's James Hong. So well done if you got any of those right. By the sounds of things, and I kind of know in the pit of my stomach as well, it was not an easy one. So let's go back to the musing. 1 point for each of those. Killer Kilch goes for Awkwafina. Wonderful. Yeah, that's absolutely kicking off with a great shout. Awkwafina is classic, not the star, but very good value in a supporting role. Very, very good stuff. Or pre-Barbie Kate McKinnon. Are we saying that Kate McKinnon is now too famous? I believe that even with the added fame that Barbie has given Kate McKinnon, I'm not sure Kate McKinnon is ever going to leave that space. Ever going to leave that character actor kind of space. I can't imagine a Kate McKinnon as a solo lead. I just can't imagine it. Unless she pivots at some point into a kind of Bill Murray-esque, you've been laughing at her for years, but now she's going to turn it on you, and she's going to make you really feel and emote and make you feel quite sad at times. Like a kind of Robin Williams, and just really, whoa. But excuse me, you're funny, Kate McKinnon. You're weird Barbie. You're, the oddball who comes in the Ghostbusters and whatnot. She says, no, actually, I'm a really good actor, and now I'm going to kick your heart's arse. Pardon my French, good lord. I think those are great choices. Monkey Pixie Funk, tip of my tongue. Yeah, I mean, that maybe should be the name of this subdivision of Who Dat Artiste. It's tip of my tongue. Married to Ben Affleck. I got that V wrong. Yep, V wrong. It's Judy Greer, not Jennifer Lopez. No clue. Would help if KH wasn't smiling. Would it indeed? Yes. Jimmy Who. James Hong. Unfortunately not. I looked him up and went, nah. I went, okay, yes. Damn. Gosh, a lot of people just... I don't think this has ever happened on I Am Smart before, of people just taking to the comments to give a kind of a rolling reaction, to kind of live tweet, essentially, their reactions to the answers. It's very, very exciting for me. TB Douglas, Megan Mullally. That's an outstanding choice. Yes, memorable voice, always funny, seems down to earth. She's just up for a laugh, isn't she? She will play any part to just get a couple of giggles from you. Certainly, that's a very, very good, very, very good idea. She's a star to me. Of course. Maple Panda, I'll have Melissa McCarthy as my bestie, please. Now, Melissa McCarthy, whoa, we're getting into that. I mean, she has absolutely been a star in many, many films. This is one where Killer Kilch went back into a kind of pre-Barbie Kate McKinnon. I think a kind of immediately post Bridesmaids Melissa McCarthy you'll probably get away with as a non-star. But after that, we look at Spy, we look at Identity Theft, we look at any number of other films that she's made, and she's absolutely the lead. I think you might be just be able to get away with it because whenever she's the lead, it is very much in a comedy. And it's a great shout. I mean, she's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm writing that movie for Kate. Get on it. Get on it, killer. Maple Panda or Aubrey Plaza, maybe. Yeah. Again, she's maybe knocking on the door of stardom. She's knocking on that door. Has it opened for her yet? You be the judge. Emily the Criminal. Wonderful, wonderful film. Ingrid Goes West. These are films where she's starting to get that top billing. She's starting to get that top billing. But you might be able to just snag her just before it gets too much. Miranda Hart, says SJ Beck 72. Perfect choice. That's a perfect choice. A classic best friend. A classic best friend. She's going to steal a lot of scenes from you, SJ Beck 72. She's going to steal a lot of scenes from you. But you need that. I think you need that. You're going to be carrying the emotional heft of this show. Miranda Hart's going to be bringing the yucks. Lovely stuff. Maya Rudolph. I think that's better. Maya Rudolph has not yet taken that leap. You know, the Kristen Wiggs of the world, the Tina Feys of the world, the Amy Poehler's of the world, they've maybe taken that leap to being the lead. Maya Rudolph's hanging back. She's like, no, just bring me in to play a side character. That's great. Would be cool. I love Bridesmaids because it makes me and Maple Panda laugh. Yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful film. Seriously, you knew this is a real round. This was absolutely real, killer. I object to that. Maya Rudolph is great. That's the Melissa for me. And this is Parks and Rec Aubrey. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I like the specificity. Points all round, guys. Points all round. Great, great choices. One and all. Let's go for Notme Wood. Let's see how we're doing here. Let's see how we're doing. Bradley Cooper writes, directs, and stars in his movies these days. He surely does. How do you think he combats his fears of being over-controlling ego monster on set? How do you think he does it, guys? Don't say it out loud. I won't be able to hear it. I need you to get it in the chat as we go through these answers. So this is 2 picture rounds. 2 picture rounds we're getting through. Number 1, American Hustle. Whose role am I taking? I'm taking, of course, Christian Bale. Christian Bale. Well done if you got that one right. It's a similar kind of beardy action. He hasn't quite... And glasses action, really. He's a little less pasty than I. Spent a little bit more time in the sun. That's fine. That's his call. Lives in LA, I believe. Number 2, Aloha. Whose role am I taking here? Whose role am I taking? And just to clarify, that's me. That's not me. That's me. That's not me. Whose role have I taken? It is, of course, Emma Stone. Interestingly enough, this exact picture was used when I did it some weeks or months ago for Emma Stone, when I took Bradley Cooper's role. So if you'd kept that memory of a previous week of I Am Smart, you'd have absolutely dominated this one. I wonder if anybody did. Number 3. Maybe get some croc points for that. The Hangover. Whose role did I take in The Hangover? For this one, we got, spelling-wise, give yourself some grace here. It is Zach Galifianakis. Zach Galifianakis, and that is spelled Galifianakis. Galifianakis. Just if you're interested in how to spell it in any future times, if you're writing a fan letter to him, or indeed a complaint to his employer. Zach Galifianakis. Well done if you got that one right. Number 4, All About Steve. All About Steve. I believe he is Steve. Playing opposite the one, the only, Sandra Bullock. You couldn't have had her as your friend. That is a guaranteed star. That is a solid gold star right there. Sandra Bullock. And number 5, the A-Team. You notice that I did the shadow on the wrong side here, and I could have redone it, but I just thought, don't bother. It's Liam Neeson. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, he is slightly dark on that side. That's pretty good, actually. That's not bad at all. It's Liam Neeson. I love it when a plan comes together. Playing Hannibal there. He didn't have a cigar in it, or a stogie, as the Americans say. So I thought it would be a little bit more anonymous. But anyway, a point for any of those you got right. Congratulations if you did get any of those right. Let's snooze that ad. We're almost done now. Almost done. And let's get back on with that musing. How does he combat his fears of being an over-controlling ego monster on set? I'm interested to see this. Let's have a look. Killer Kilch, Lady Gaga singing the best. So he has Lady Gaga on set singing the best. Is that a song? The best? That's difficult to find out. Or do you just mean, from Rocky? You're the best around. Nothing's gonna do to keep you there. Which I think would just pump him up even further. Surely we're looking to kind of cut his ego's legs out from under it, perhaps. Maybe it'd work. Maybe it would just maybe we're looking to kind of instead boost him. Oh no, Tina Turner. Okay, well then that's the same kind of thing, surely. Maybe what you're doing is he's feeling pretty egotistical, and she's saying, no, you're even better than that, in the hopes that in the same way as, you can just travel around the world and then get back to yourself. He's so egotistical that in fact it kind of loops back around the earth and then he becomes humble again. Perhaps. It keeps him boosted and rooted. Boosted and rooted. That's what we're looking for. Boosted and rooted. Though in the English sense, or the American sense of rooted, not the Australian sense. Of course. Monkey Pixie Funk, let's have a look. He combats it by calling up Tom Cruise and Christian Bale and asking them to shout at him for an hour, while Shia Labeouf in person throws Cheetos at him while explaining the plot of all the Transformers films, humbling and keeps him grounded. That's not going to fail. That is not going to fail at all. Calling up Tom Cruise and Christian Bale and getting them to shout at him, they're pretty good at that. They've got form. Yeah, they've got past form in terms of the shouting. You're an amateur! And then whatever Tom Cruise was. COVID. And then Shia LaBeouf. I mean, it's interesting that Shia LaBeouf is in person. He's throwing Cheetos at him. Demeaning. explaining the plot of the Transformers films, tricky and complex, and he's having to think through that. And I like it. I mean, it's a lot to organize, yeah, from a logistical standpoint. Although Shia Labeouf doesn't do a huge amount these days, does he? What's his deal? He did a few in 2020. Oh, that was only a music video. That was a video. So he's done a couple of things in 2020. Then he did something in 2022. Nothing since then. Upcoming, we've got 3. Assassinations in pre-production. Mace is in pre-production, where he's playing the character of Mace. And post-production is Megalopolis. He is in Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. So yeah, so he's probably got the time. Maybe not the whole shoot for Bradley Cooper, but just maybe once a week, Shia comes in. Oh, hi, Shia. How are you doing? Do you want me to sit anywhere? He's like, yep, dude, I've got a big thing of Cheetos here. And I'm not even going to... Last time, we did Transformers and Revenge of the Fallen. Today, we're going to do Dark Side of the Moon, because it's a little bit more complicated. That should last us the whole 15 minutes. I don't know why it's 15 minutes, but let's guess it's 15 minutes. And then next time, very excitingly, they did extra ones, Mark Wahlberg ones. So we're going to go through the Mark Wahlberg ones as well. The Last Night is going to blow your mind and absolutely keep you humbled and rooted. Oh, it's that weird thing again. Creepy. But lovely stuff, Monkey Pixie Funk. That's great. TB Douglas, he is the on-set tea maker and asks every member of the cast and crew they want anything, and also in charge of the washing up after, no watering in, also saves money. TB, that's excellent. It's very much in the same way as a lot of like corporate things will do a kind of bottom-up day where the top execs have to do a bottoming job. A very entry-level job in order to just once a year, just to keep them grounded. And I think that's great. And what I like about this is that it's showing that, yeah, he's serving other people. Other people are helping him out. Yeah. He's serving other people. That's great. Also, it's saving money. Yeah. He's cutting down, because the coffee budget for these Hollywood films these days must be absolutely astronomical. So what Brad's doing is he's saying, I know this is going to help me. I know this is going to help the film. And it shows, hey, this is what I'm in service of. Yeah. It's not about Bradley. Yeah. That's why I'm hiding behind the enormous nose. It's not about Bradley. It's about the film. And if I can save a little bit of money on washing up guys, yeah, those washing up guys can get out. Don't need them. It's all about me. Yeah. That's great work, TB. That's great work. Humbling, humbled and rooted. Booted and roosted. Booted, humbled. Great. SJBX72, he has to remind himself not to write and sing the theme tune of the next film. Okay, so we're talking about theme tunes now as well. I'm not sure necessarily that's what he did. I mean, certainly for this one, it would be incredibly egotistical to say, no, we're not going to use a Leonard Bernstein composition. We're going to use a Bradley Cooper composition. He managed to avoid that one. But maybe next time he's going to want to do the theme tune as well. No. Leave it at writing, directing, starring. If you start thinking, I could maybe just, knock up a little... no. Put the keyboard down. Put the Casio down, Bradley, okay? Writing, directing, acting. That's it. To kind of remind himself of all the jobs he's not doing on set. That's nice. Points all round, guys. Points all round. Let's get on with the final round. Oh, there's an ad break in progress. That's fine. Anagram-a-ding-dong. Killer Kilch, can we take a moment and realise he prepared for 5 years? Kate Blanchett, hold my beer, 2 months for Tar. Yeah, so he the 5 years preparation for the Leonard Bernstein thing. And I saw a video of people, conductors, critiquing his conducting, saying, this wasn't quite good. And I thought, gosh, you'd be disappointed if you'd spent 5 years preparing to conduct one piece of music. Like, you can learn, it's a dance. It's a, 6-minute, 7-minute dance. Surely, or fight choreography. Surely you can learn that, Bradley. Surely. Kate Blanchett, 2 months for tar. She didn't even care. Didn't even care. Whatever. I'm Kate Blanchett. Okay? People will just believe it. Actual conductors will just say, oh my God, have we been doing it wrong? Have we been doing it wrong? Absolutely fab in that for Monkey Pigsy Funk. This is turning into a bit of a Blanchett love sesh. You win an Oscar. How do you ensure that your acceptance speech is the acceptance speech everyone is talking about the following day? Let's get it in the chat, guys. Let's get it in the chat as we go through these answers. Number 1, Best Picture, Pit Slaves. Pit Slaves. It's 4-5. It's nice and easy. There's only one that would have fit the bill. It's Past Lives. Lovely quiet film from Celine's song. Used to like this guy. Do you want to go out with him again? Nah. But it's that kind of drawn out. It's wonderful. Wonderful. Number 2, Best Director, Merriness Tacos. Merriness Tacos. It's Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon. Did not win. He looked a little bit miffed because, rightly so, he's an old man now. And if he's going to be invited to an award show, he's got to sit through a 3-hour award show. Give him something. Give him a hot dog or something, for God's sake. Give him an ice cream. Give him a Sudoku book or something. Well done if you got that one right. Number 3, Best Adapted Screenplay, I Mince a Fraction. This one, interestingly, actually mentioned by Killer Kilch in the chat as a little gift for you all. American Fiction. A lovely, lovely film there about black people and white people. And when they get together, hold on to your hat, honestly. Number 4, Best Animated Feature, He Tendenbroth. Yeah? The Boy and the Heron. The Boy and the Heron. Interestingly, the Best Adapted Screenplay, number 3, the answer to number 3, that one won the Oscar. Best Animated Feature, that won the Oscar as well. So you're absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. And the final one, Best Actress, I Slog Dentally. All signs were pointing towards her winning. It was Lily Gladstone. But it was Emma Stone. But you do have to say, Emma Stone playing a sexy baby in her film, she might not get those kinds of opportunities again. So you need to reward them when they happen. Whereas Lily Gladstone, obviously, is a Native American actor, is just going to get these kinds of roles all over the place. So she'll get her time. Okay, don't worry about her. She'll definitely get opportunities like that. Again, well done if you got those right. Some of those pretty tricky. I think you needed to pay attention to the Oscars. Let's have a look. You win an Oscar. How do you ensure that your acceptance speech is the acceptance speech everyone is talking about the following day? Let's have a look. TB, straight in. I use it as an opportunity to meticulously and specifically name all of those who didn't hire and support me to tell them what a mistake that was. What I like about that, TB, is everybody goes for the positive reinforcement route. And that's great. We all love a bit of positive reinforcement. However, nobody ever goes the negative reinforcement route. Nobody ever. And so as somebody watching this, you want to be able to say, do you know what? Yeah, I want to encourage, I want to provide, I want to be a good teacher, a good mentor, a good well-wisher, an encourager of artistic people and creative people, because I want them to go on to win. That's what I want. But I also want to be a good encourager of creative people, because if I don't, and then that person goes on to win, I'm going to feel like an absolute fool. And if they are naming and shaming, if you are naming and shaming TB, this person didn't believe in me, This person didn't believe in me. I asked this person out when I was 21. They laughed in my face. Laugh now, yeah? I've got people queuing up to go on dates with me now, yeah? I could go and smooch. I could go and smooch Ncuti Ngawa, the new Doctor Who. I could just go and do it. He's just in the back. That's fine. I saw him giving me the eye earlier, and he's much better looking than you. Much better looking than you. Gaze upon me. Gaze upon me, person who turned me down, and weep. Thanks so much to the Academy. All the best, and you're out. Gosh. It seems negative, but I think there's a lot of positivity in that negativity. Does that make sense? Killer Kilch. Tell the audience that winning writer, director, and best movie really is an honor at 55 for my first film. Okay, so it's more just the fact that you kind of swept the boards with your very first feature film. I mean, that's gonna get everybody talking. Everybody, they're gonna be like, who is this person? Who is this person coming in, sweeping the boards? Beginner's luck, maybe? Doesn't take you that far. Yeah, beginner's luck is getting the film made in the first place. Best picture. Oh, this beat out that George Clooney film. Clooney's upset. Best writer. Oh, Quentin Tarantino's crying his eyes out because he didn't get to win. And then director, Scorsese again. He's been sitting here for 3 hours. He's 93 years old. And he's sitting in a room just to watch himself not win? Really? All because Killer Kilch gets to go up there? That's excellent. That's nice. I like that a lot. A Different Stone one. Okay, I'll move on with that one. Monkey Pixie Funk. I would mime it, but including profanities whilst dressed as a squid. That's going to get it. I would be drunk and emotional, waving tentacles with gusto. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Much like in the way that when the South Park directors, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, went to the Oscars in the year 2000 or 99, they went wearing evening gowns and on LSD. So if they'd won, who knows what they would have done. But yeah, I think it's a risky proposition. I think there is a chance that people would be confused, because you wouldn't be able to get into that squid costume in the amount of time it took you. So you'd have to be pre-squidded. It would be a pre-squid situation, an existingly squidded situation. And there'd be the little pictures. There'd be, here's Bradley Cooper, here's Brad Pitt, here's Andrew Scott, here's Jeff Bridges, why not? And then here's Monkey Pixie Funk. Is he dressed as a squid? Oh, surely he can't win. Monkey Pixie Funk. Oh my gosh. Hello there. With the squid. I mean, you want to get people talking? Squidding is the way to do it. And then just miming. Yes. I do a Jarvis. Okay, so just getting your bum out. Or just flashing the bum, Maple Panda. It's simple. It's kind of route one, but it's absolutely going to get you those column inches. Lovely stuff. If you wrote something down in the chat, points all around. Points all around, guys. Lovely, lovely stuff. Let's go back to main. Those were all the answers. Yeah, those are all the answers that you've got, except for one. Let's get one more. There's 2 more points. 2 more points up for grabs, guys. 2 more points up for grabs. Let's get it in the chat. minute. So over there, I'm looking at it right now. It's a light box. There's some letters on that light box. You need to connect with my mind to tell me what letters they are, okay? This one kind of inspired by the toast earlier on. Something I thought, yeah, let's get into that. This is a kind of country-specific one, but I will say that there are certain examples of this that are present in the US and present in the UK. If you say the UK version and it is the US version on there, I will accept it, okay? I'm not necessarily looking for the exact wording because some of them do change. Are you intrigued? Yeah, I'm sure you are. The minute topic, very simply, guys. Breakfast cereals. Get as many guesses as you can, each guess in its own chat box. Cocoa Pops, there's Monkey Pixie Funk straight in there, yes. They have a different name in America, I believe. Cornflakes, yes. Frosted Flakes, yes. Captain Crunch, honey. Just honey, says Captain Sheep, that's absolutely fine. Porridge, Weetabix. Doritos, Cheerios, Lucky Charms, lovely stuff. Weetabix, Carrios, Cheerios, Shreddies, Special K, Maltese, Honey Nut Cereals, Mersley, Rice Krispies, Sugar Puffs, Honey Bunches of Oats, Wheatos, Frankenberry, Lucky Charms, Smacks, absolute banger of a tune. Fruity Pebbles, Frosties, Tricks, lovely. Anything else? Anything else, guys? Anything a bit healthier, perhaps? Last few trickling in. Weetabix Protein, Bran Flakes, lovely stuff. Raisin Bran, yeah. Reese's Peanut Butter Cereal, yep. Bran Flakes, Special K. Shreddies, Alpen, Grape Nuts, Special M, Alpen. It's one of those weeks, guys. Somebody got it, and I just need to double check. Who was the first person. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Let's all give a big round of applause for connecting with my mind, a great artist's mind, which is ultimately the point of this. It's not about guesswork. It's about connecting with somebody's mind. A round of applause to Maple Panda. Said Special K, extra 2 points to the mapliest of all the pandas. Congratulations. Yeah. You are right to unleash some party hats and lanterns. Woohoo. Yes. Real good stuff. Real good stuff. We've hit 10 viewers. How exciting. Congratulations, Maple Panda. Very, very well deserved. Let's head back to main. Guys. While you add your scores up and get them into the chat, I want to remind you that in this quiz you are only competing against yourself. There's no point threshold to being smart. If you have got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. It becomes successful when you say, yeah, that's great. If you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No two ways about it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below, because I would love to hear how you did. Let's see what we got. Oh, a tricky one this week. Lovely stuff. You need to throw in these tricky ones every once in a while. People get used to your 15s and your 16s. No. Sometimes, like Bradley Cooper, you need to be taken down a notch. 7 for Monkey Pixie Funk, well done you. 7 for Maple Panda, well done you. 14 for Killer Kilch, very, very good. 12 for... How many of the actors did you get, Killer Kilch? How many of the actors did you get? 12 for TB Douglas, lovely. 4 for SJ Beck 72, coming in right at the death. Lovely, lovely stuff. That's a very impressive result there for Killer on what was clearly quite a difficult week. So as the high point scorer, congratulations, Killer. You will get first dibs at the rounds for the next episode, which will be in 2 weeks' time. We've got an art right now next week where we will be naming... You've got 3 of the actors. Okay, well, that's very good. Very, very impressive. Next week, we've got art right now where we will be naming new dog. So if you are, make sure you're paying attention to Instagram this week. We'll be getting some polls to narrow down the field. Then we'll come up next week with either 4 or 5 final names. And you guys, the nowbodies, will be charged with naming new dog. Very, very exciting. There'll also be an art bet. There'll be all kinds of stuff. So we've got an art right now next week. And then we've got another quiz the week after, at which point, Killer Kilch, you will get to choose whichever round you wish. So, gosh, that's our quiz. That is art right now. So it's a goodbye from me. It's a goodbye from Teeny Turner. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something, and I hope you felt creative all at the same time. I am not me. I am art, and I hope that you'll join me next time in 2 weeks, but at the same time, in the same place, where you'll have another opportunity to improve your art and say to yourself, yeah, baby, I am smart. Thank you all. Enjoy your wheat if you are physically able to do so, and I will see you next time.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.